We start with this live look at Portland's ICE building, no longer blocked off like it was for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's visit yesterday. And today, Noem slamming Oregon leaders, leveling serious accusations. Now we are hours away from a major court showdown over the Trump administration's National Guard deployment. But Governor Tina Kotek's push to send those troops home now off the table thanks to a new court order today. And you do see a couple dozen people there, at least in this perspective, at that site tonight. Good evening to you, and thanks for joining us tonight for KOIN 6 News at 11. I'm Elizabeth Din. Now, we have not been granted access inside that ICE facility, though that's unlike some conservative influencers and independent journalists you may have seen online. But our Ariel Yagabazi is closely tracking those developments from outside. That's as she has for weeks now. Ariel, tell us what you are seeing there tonight.
Hey, a little bit different, Liz, than what we've been seeing in recent days. But as you can see behind me, federal officers, a good bit of them, have separated the crowd to allow people out of the ICE facility, maybe a shift change, stuff like that. So things have gotten a little more amped up in the last couple of minutes, but it's remained pretty chill for the last hour or so. Protesters had moved their campsite off of Bancroft and to the left past the old spaghetti factory. So again, but they've moved back a little bit. Their attention is drawn by the federal officers who have now made an appearance, but things have remained largely peaceful tonight. In just a few hours, another hearing between Oregon leaders and the president. Some protesters we spoke to today say things could get a lot worse out here in South Portland as Portland stays in the spotlight on the nation's stage. The tape once surrounding the ICE facility in South Portland is now down. A small group of anti-ICE protesters reclaiming their post near the driveway.
I thought this place was still closed off.
Ruby Castrava and their mom, Angela Rivera, are among those protesters, taking in the aftermath of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem's visit.
I think that the really big influx in federal attention has made things significantly worse down here.
Secretary Noem is now back in Washington, D.C., recapping her 8-hour visit to the Rose City during an Antifa roundtable with President Trump and other federal leaders.
I was in Portland yesterday and had the chance to visit with the governor of Oregon and also the mayor. They're in town, and they are absolutely covering up the terrorism that is hitting their streets.
The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued a stay in the case of President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to Portland. This means they can stay under his control, but can't deploy until the court makes its ruling. Oregon's Attorney General Dan Rayfield said in response to that administrative stay, as a community, we need to come together and help make sure the men and women of the Oregon National Guard are sent home as soon as possible. That means keeping Portland peaceful and safe while our fight in the court moves forward. And all eyes will be on that hearing still scheduled for Thursday on the case. And as we await the results of that hearing, Ruby and Angela say federal help in their eyes is not needed.
For the most part, things down here are fine. Things are uneventful. The Portland police do what they need to be doing in terms of coming down here for incidents, but there is not a protest that is occurring here that I would say police presence is needed at, and it is certainly not one that I would say the response that they have been giving is needed.
All right, so back out here live, those federal agents that you just saw leave the ICE facility to allow some cars out. They are back behind the gate. It's really business as usual out here since that tape dropped at about 4:30 this afternoon. Again, so pretty peaceful out here. There are a few counter protesters, but everyone's really remaining peaceful, as I mentioned. So when it comes to the hearing tomorrow morning, if the court rules in favor of the administration and the state doesn't fight that ruling, that means then legally the troops could deploy immediately. AG Rayfield said he's looking forward to taking this case to court tomorrow morning. Liz, back to you.
Ariel, thank you once again live there from the South Portland ICE facility.